Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's 28 degrees this morning and we're headed up to the eastern shore of Virginia. Got another project. Like, I don't have enough, right? So anyway, more on that when we get up there, but yep, I think this is gonna be a good one. So I guess I should take some proper video of this because, you know, it's a normal thing for me living in this area. But for some people that live out like in the Midwest and like Nebraska, I guess you don't have tunnels. There's really no reason to. So this is the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. I think I've done this in another video before, but it's been like a year. So if I look over here to my east, that's the Atlantic Ocean. The sun's coming up. And we pan north here, and you can see that I'm on the bridge portion. So when you first get on, headed north from Virginia Beach, you travel over a bridge-like area that you see here. And then you go through the first tunnel, which I've already gone through. So go through that first tunnel, and then you get onto another bridge section like this. And then there's a second tunnel, which, I don't know if you can look ahead. I'll try to see if I can zoom in here. There's kind of a gap there between the lights. But that's the second tunnel. Not really sure how long it is, but you got Google, you can figure that out on your own. But anyway, yeah, so once you go through that second tunnel, you'll hit another bridge section like this, and then put you up onto the eastern shore of Virginia. So it's pretty cool. This area's got a lot of bridges and tunnels. It's just the way the area is, lots of lowland and ocean type settings. But yeah, there's a tunnel that goes from Norfolk to Hampton. That's the Hampton Roads Tunnel. There's another one that goes from Norfolk to Portsmouth. That's the Portsmouth Tunnel. And so you got the downtown tunnel that just goes from Norfolk to Norfolk. Got the Monitor Merrimack Tunnel that goes from Newport News and Hampton area down to Chesapeake and South Norfolk. So yeah, there's a lot of tunnels and bridges around this whole area. So yep, we're coming up here on the entrance to the second tunnel, so just kind of keep this rolling in case you're curious. That's pretty neat. It's obviously very scenic, but you know, when there are storm conditions, they do put restrictions on crossing the bridge. There have been people that have driven over these railings, tractor trailers and cars, and yeah, unfortunately the survivability rate on that I don't think is too good, so yeah, we won't be doing that today. But anyway, here we up. So this is the second of the two tunnels, the entrance to it. And it goes from 2 lanes each direction, north and south, down to 1 lane each direction in the tunnel. So as you can see coming up, the green lights are on my side, the red are oncoming traffic. They are in the process of building some more so that there'll be 2 lanes each direction, which would be nice. It's not really a big deal. A lot of people down here, they call it tunnel syndrome. They say they're afraid of the tunnel monster. It's supposed to maintain your speed going through here, and a lot of people don't. As you can see, oncoming trucks are pretty close to the top. And the wind can kind of move your car around or whatever, but it's not really a big deal. So yeah, now we're pretty much, I guess, at the bottom portion of the tunnel. You can see it starting to go back up from there. So, all right, well, this isn't a channel about tunnels, but thought it was kind of interesting for those that don't have any in their area. So here's where we're going. Fairdale Farm Tractor and Equipment. It's in Accomack, Virginia. It's on the eastern shore, and just a few short minutes away from getting there to see our buddy Devin. I've known this guy for a few years. We've done lots of trading, buying, selling, combination deals. Awesome guy to work with. It's fun to haggle and negotiate with. Truly a really good guy. One of his mechanics, Chris, another really great guy. Very knowledgeable about tractors and equipment and all that kind of stuff. So they sell new and used equipment here. They focus on like lawn and garden type things, chainsaws, lawnmowers. They have small ATVs, and then they have bigger equipment. So they're always buying and selling, and like I said, they do trading and bartering too, which is kind of neat. It's always fun. So we're almost there, and let's see how the day goes. Here we are, Fairdale Farms, Accomack, Virginia. All kinds of goodies here, folks. Nice little family business. Let's see what we got going on.
Riding the dusty plain, his faithful horse he reins. With his hat and boots of leather, he's the Lone Ranger. He's the cowboy man, so brave and...
All right, well this is it. It's case 1816B. I had this tractor before and brought it up here to Fairdale Farms for a trade-in on a John Deere 420 I had in the past. So yeah, it's time to get her back. It's not too bad a shape. The ROPS on the top's been shortened a little bit. You can see the weld marks there. And the guy that I got it from said it was a running driving machine and the engine blew out on it. So he took the engine out and put in this Kohler one, although it's not actually in, it's just kind of there. So but yeah, it's got the other panels and parts to go with it. It's got 2 buckets, not too bad a shape. It's got Chris is Devin's, I think, lead mechanic, real good guy, real knowledgeable. I tell you what, when you got the right equipment, it definitely makes things so much easier instead of pushing and pulling and chain falling like I normally do with this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm going to set up the tripod here and help me get this thing loaded. All right, I'm sure there's going to be some wind noise and then obviously the traffic going by and everything. So as you can see, case uni-loader 1816B. They had 3 versions of this. It was the 1816, 1816B, and 1816C, as you can imagine. So basically the same tractor. The only difference was the engines. The earlier years had a single cylinder engine. I think they even had an option for a dual cylinder later on. I could be wrong. It went from, there were Tecumseh, I think they had, shoot, I can't even think of it now, a couple of different engine lines that they plug and play in there. And the other difference was the types of clutch that they had. I believe the 1816, just the original one, had a manual clutch, and this one does too. So when you start it and you run it, all the components are disengaged. For cold weather, the pumps don't have to circulate the cold, thick oil while you're trying to start the engine. Once things start to get warmed up, you can manually engage the clutch and it'll start to, basically it's just a belt tensioner, and it'll start to turn the hydraulic pumps. So this has 2 pumps. One is for the drive motors and the other is for the hydraulics for the accessories. So basically to lift the arms and roll and tilt the bucket. So, and I think the 1816, well, I guess that's wrong too. So the 1816C is the one that I completely restored a couple years ago, and I'll get some pictures and I'll put them up here. But that one had a manual clutch too, so maybe it was the A. One of them had an electric clutch. So basically, you'd flip the switch and the clutch would automatically engage, kind of like Cub Cadet had for their PTOs for mowers and stuff. I have not dealt with one of those, and I don't think this one has it. Let's see. I can't see, everything's covered up with plates and stuff. But anyway, they're cool little machines. They're like 35 inches wide. So really you could get it through the front doorway of a building if you needed to, or you know, gates to get in the backyard. So landscapers like them for that. You know, just nice little small machines to get in and out of backyards. Yeah, so this one here, like I said, you can see at the top, it's got some cuts. up here on the front corner in the back. So at some point someone lowered this cage a little bit. A lot of farmers used them for cleaning out like chicken coops, chicken pens, barns, horse stalls, because of the fact that they're narrow and short, and now shorter. So yeah, so cool little piece of equipment to own and have. Yeah, I don't know, I'm looking forward to restoring it. Like I said, I did one a few years ago. If I didn't put the pictures up yet, I'll put them up either now or at the end of the video. But fairly easy to work on. There's not too much to them. You can see they got really narrow tires here. What's the size on here? 5.9 on a 15-inch rim. So yeah, they're tiny little buggers, but it doesn't have a lot of ground traction, so it makes it easier to kind of spin and skid around. Since it's such a small machine, it doesn't have a lot of weight to it. I think it's a little over 2,000 pounds with bucket, operator, fluids and everything. Dry weight's like 1,700, something like that. So it can get a little dicey maneuvering it around, make you feel a little insecure and tippy. But yeah, so we got 2 buckets with this one, the wider one and the narrower one. If I remember right, I think they're both in pretty good shape as far as not having holes or anything in there. So nice to have an option. The small one here is really key for when you get in the narrow settings. And you know, this one's got a nice big hook on here. You can see the 1816. Let's see, it's got the serial number on there. This one's got the actual JIK serial number, so that's cool. But anyway, yeah, it's got a Kohler Command, I think. Engine in there right now. It's not hooked up to anything. That's coming out, and it will be repowered. Any guesses as to what I'm putting in here? No? Well, been wanting to do this for a while. My buddy Jason Dufour down at Dufour Tractor Parts has a Kubota lawn tractor that has a Kubota 2-cylinder diesel engine in it. And he said it ran about 5 or 6 years ago. So if it's not running now, it shouldn't take too much to get it running. I think he said he's going to tinker with it. And Jason's definitely a man of his word. I trust my life with him. But yeah, so I think putting a little 2-cylinder Kubota diesel engine in this little case skid steer is the ticket. I mean, man, if you own a landscaping company, you know, Scott, the guy I sold my last one to that I restored, he owned a stump grinding business. So he would grind the stump, and then he would use this to go back and remove the wood chips and, you know, fill and level and clean things up, which most companies don't do. But yet another good guy, and always took care of his customers. Unfortunately, he did sell his business and his equipment. So yeah, but well, that's it. That's the next project. They're stacking up, boy. I tell you, we got the John Deere 300 injection pump. I just called yesterday. They've had it for about a week. He said they're going to start on it next week, hopefully. So you know, they got a lot going on there. That's Blue Ridge Diesel in Salem, Virginia. So he said probably about 4 to 5 more weeks on that. No big deal. The John Deere skid steer, like we said, that's our 2025 main project, tearing that down to nothing and back. I hadn't even started on it yet. It's just been so cold. I mean, it's been in the mid-20s pretty much for the last week and a half, which is abnormal for us. We'll get some cold days here and there, but and it doesn't look like it's letting up. In fact, this weekend we're supposed to get anywhere from 1 to 5 inches of snow, and cold again next week. So anyway, it is what it is. I don't think I've shown this. This is the 3-bottom Oliver plow that I got from my buddy Justin down in North Carolina. I had the John Deere 2-bottom trip trailer plow, or it was a hydraulic trailer plow that I got from my buddy Ricky that I had planned on pulling behind the John Deere 430 crawler. And since I sold the crawler, I had no need for the trailer plow, so we made a trade. All right, just had to make sure my camera was still recording. I was yapping as always. So anyway, yeah, the John Deere hydraulic 2-bottom trailer plow is gone. Traded it for this Oliver 3-bottom. Got the John Deere skid steer, the John Deere 300.5, and now this Case 1816B. Oh, the Husky 3-wheel tractor. So my projects are adding up. They're building up faster than I can do them, and I'm out of storage room. In fact, this plow's been on my trailer for the last 2 weeks. This skid steer is going to be on here for the foreseeable future. We'll have to move the buckets around eventually when we go down to Jason's place, but the Kubota tractor is going to go on the back here. So basically I'm going to have a trailer full of projects and a trailer that I can't use anymore. So anyway, let me get this bad boy chained down and get on home. Stop recording. The camera's getting tired and going to sleep. Alright, I figured I'd do a little walkthrough video here just to kind of show you all the stuff that they have. All kinds of new and used implements and equipment. Like I said, Devin and Chris and Angie, they're all really good people, great to work with. 4 bottom plows, 3 bottom plows, 2 bottom plows, finish mowers, you name it. Fairdale Farms, Accomack, Virginia. Got a nice little disc over here, some cool old stuff. That's what I love about this place. They've got literally a little bit of everything, and their inventory is always changing. Tons of bush hogs, woods mowers, John Deere, you name it, they got it. Nice mowers, for sure. Very cool. And if you have equipment that you need worked on, they do service stuff as well. Oh, that's a nice skid steer. I wonder who owns that. Anyway, cool stuff. But yeah, this is it. This is the place. If you're in the area, check it out. If you're looking for something, give them a call. They might just have it. This is the snapper used in the movie Forrest Gump. No, not really. All kinds of good stuff. Got some four-wheelers. Those are always fun. Got some bigger tractors. Ooh, a nice John Deere 790. Got a blade on it. Ready for some snow. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a nice machine right there. Got some older stuff. Some New Holland. Fords. Oh, I see another John Deere over here I want to take a peek at. We'll zoom out a bit, see a little better. Yeah, definitely some good Fords. Eastern Shore, known for these types of tractors. Pretty nice right there. Very cool. 1070. Nice little tractor. Let's see what we got for hours on this bad boy. 566. I don't know if you can see that. Three-point setup. Very cool. And like I said, they got new stuff. Mowers, zero-turn, snow blowers. I think they might even do like chainsaws and stuff. But anyway, tons of good things here. Like I said, good people to deal with. So if you're in the area, you're looking for something, give them a call, see if they got it. If they don't, they can probably find it, and tell them I sent you. You ain't gonna get a discount or nothing, but anyway. Ooh, another little gem right here. John Deere 855, 2-wheel drive version. It's like the one we had with the loader. Nice little John Deere tiller on it too. Pretty cool. All sorts of stuff. A sea of goodies. Come check them out. Don't wait. Things go fast around here. Come and go. Alright, let's get out of here. Setting up for a farm auction there. Back through the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. So good thing is if you return within 24 hours, you only got to pay $1. Because it ain't cheap. I think it's like 14 or something come through. There we go, good old easy pads. Alright, I think that's about gonna do it for today's video. Starting to load the trailer down with a bunch of junk. Man, is what it is, right? I mean, that's part of the process. Having to go out and find new items, collect them up, bring them home, clean them up, paint them up, restore them, and put them to use, and eventually probably get sold and on to the next thing. So glad we were able to go grab this thing, and looking forward to working on it. I don't know when it's going to be. Obviously the John Deere skid steer is going to be the top priority because well, it's already at the house, and I don't know, just want to get that one done first. But this one will happen this year for sure. Really isn't much to these things. I've done one of these already. Stripping it down and getting it painted, not a big deal. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to doing some of the fabrication too, you know. I mean, having to make some motor mounts and you know, repositioning the radiator for cooling, because that Kubota diesel's liquid cooled, this is just air cooled. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully we don't get burnt out on skid steers. I don't think we will. They're friggin' so handy to have, you know. And I blame Devin, the guy I just picked this up from today, for the skid steer infatuation, because he's the one that got me started on these things. So a few years back he had called me and said he had a Bobcat Farm Boy, and I'll try to get a picture of that up too. It's just a small one. It's actually smaller than this. I think it was the smallest Bobcat that they made that you could ride on. Then anything smaller would have been the ones you stand on the back. So at the time he had the Farm Boy and he had the John Deere skid steer that I own now. He had them both for sale, and I had a hard time deciding which one I wanted. I bought the Farm Boy just because it was smaller and a little bit cheaper. But I think it was just within that same week I ended up going back up there and I bought the John Deere. So I had them both at the same time. The Farm Boy and the John Deere both got sold to a gentleman I know in Virginia Beach. He had them both for a while, and then I ended up, as you know, trading the 420 to get the John Deere back. So this is the third case skid steer I've had, like I mentioned earlier. The first one I completely restored and sold. The second one got traded for my John Deere 855 diesel loader tractor that I had at the beginning of my channel last year. Anyway, sold that one, or traded it to get the John Deere. And then this one here was the third one. So again, I bought this from the gentleman who had it running and driving, and the engine blew out on it. So he removed that engine, bought this Kohler 2-cylinder engine to replace it, and never got around to it. He had some medical issues. The only problem with that was when he got rid of the old engine, he left the pulley on it, the drive pulley. And it's somewhat of a special pulley, I guess. I mean, it's made for 3 belts. and they're a little bit different sizes for ratios to run the pumps. So that pulley is missing. There's 2 of them on eBay right now, and they're $400 each. Not gonna happen. So you know, we're doing this diesel swap. It's gonna have a little more horsepower anyway, and I'm sure we can make up for a speed reduction or increase, however that goes. I'm sure I can find another pulley that'll handle 3 belts. Might be a little bigger, might be a little smaller, but we can make up for that ratio change on the pump end if we need to. So anyway, that's enough yapping. Here's yet another project to add to the 2025 list. And I don't know, this one's gonna be a fun one. I mean, this thing all painted up with a little 2-cylinder diesel, sweet. It's gonna be awesome. So looking forward to that. I appreciate you following me along. Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. Stay warm. Peace.